Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we will be discussing a problem that can be asked to you in a live coding round in an interview for a front-end engineer. Let's quickly take a look at what we'll be building today. So on your screen you can see that, let me just quickly refresh this and then I'll quickly talk about what this is. So on your screen you can see that there's a div which has certain shade of blue. There are three buttons below it. So all these three buttons have certain hex code written on the button, which one of them is the right answer to the color that is shown in the div. What we have to do is we have to guess what is this right color. Now, if we click on, let's say the first button, that is wrong. So the color changes and so do these options. So we have to guess the right hex code again. So let's just keep clicking on the first button. So I'll just click on, yeah. So this time if I click on the first button, I get it as correct and the game ends here. No more refreshes, nothing. All the buttons are disabled. So this is a live coding question that can be asked with you and we'll be building it today. So see you in the next section. All right, so let's dive right into programming. But before you dive right into programming, make sure you comment below and tell me which stack you are going to use to solve this problem. I'm going to be using Next.js with React, but you feel free to use Angular or pure JavaScript without any libraries at all. So let's get started and put some music on. All right, let me just share my screen and yeah, here we go. So I'm going to use npx create next app. I'll just call it color guessing game. Meanwhile, while it installs, you guys can comment what stack you're using. And if you are following along with me, then continue. Let's go. Yep, it's done. Let's just go into CD color guessing game. We have everything. Let's just run, or we'll run it using WebStorm itself. Let's see. So you guys are going to get a first-hand view into how I am going to think about this and how I'm going to solve this. So what all skills are required, how I Google about things, how I gather information, and so on. Quickly get this over with. And we have open. Let's just open terminal. Let's just let this project run. Yarn dev. Go to localhost 3000 and we see welcome to Next.js on the screen. Just quickly go to pages, index.js, remove everything, just return an h1 with hello world. And let's just remove this file globals.css. We don't need it. From underscore app.js, we are going to remove this and remove all the unnecessary imports. Let's just quickly see on the screen, we see a hello world. So far so good, this is correct. Let's quickly render a div, right? So what we are going to do is we'll have a div. Let's just give a class name and we'll do one thing. We'll go to home.module. We'll create a class called app wrapper. We'll give it a display flex, right? And we'll call it styles of app wrapper. Before using this, I'll need to import styles. Import styles from /styles /home module css, right? And we'll just say div class name styles of color. Let's define so what we'll do is we'll do a second and center, do a color dot color box. We'll just give it a display flex, or we don't need a display, we'll just give it a height of 400 pixels and a width of let's say 300 pixels, right? And let's just give it a background color for now to see how it's appearing on the screen. Let's give it red. All right, so we want lesser height and more width, so 200 pixel, 400 width. This looks good. All right, then we need to define buttons. So I'm gonna go ahead and define a button wrapper. So I'll just give this styles of buttons wrapper, and then I'm gonna put 3 buttons inside its button. So button into 3. Oh, so Emmet, does it work? Yeah, it works. Alright, it's been long since I did some front-end development, so yeah, that's my job. But yeah, I am still not a well-versed front-end developer yet. So anyway, button, I'll just give it I'll just leave it like this for now. I'll just leave this for now. Leave this like this for now. And what we're gonna do is let's go to button wrapper. Let's see. All right, these three buttons are like this. So I think here we need to specify flex direction as column. And then we should get buttons here. Justify content, align items, align items. Yeah, this works. All right, so justify content is not needed now. And then, yeah, we have these three buttons coming below. Let's just quickly make these buttons as, let's say, button 1, button 2, on button 3. All right, so we get these three. Let's just quickly style this a bit. It's looking very bad. So buttons wrapper, that's the class name, right? Buttons wrapper, yeah. So inside all these elements, we need to, so I'll just call it a display flex. And what we will do is we will give a row gap, column gap of, let's say, 20 pixels. So that's good. Then we'll give a margin top of, let's say, 20 pixels. It's good. And then all the buttons inside this button wrapper, let's just give that as border none, background, let's give this black, color white. Okay, let's just give some padding. Padding 10px doesn't look that good. Padding 20px, it's too much, right? 10px is, let's give it 15px. It's okay. Let's give it a little bit of border radius as well. 5 pixels. Yeah, these buttons look good now. Let's make the font size 1.5 em. Okay, much better. So the buttons are looking good now. I think we can increase the width of the box a bit. Let's make this 250. Yeah, so this is looking good. So right now nothing's happening on button clicking, but we have the overall UI hooked up. Let's also have a message here. So div class name styles, styles of message. Let's see. Okay, and I'll just create dot message, right? And we'll just put something here, like let's just put correct here for now. Correct. Let's just give it a font size of 2em and a margin top of 5px. So this looks fine. So we have the overall UI hooked up. Now we need to work on the functionality. So let's just quickly see what we'll do. So first we need to generate hex code, right? So let's quickly see generate hex color JavaScript. Let's just go through my go-to link every time. I have to generate random colors. So let's just say we generate random color like this. Let's just do console.log random color. And I think we will have to do a hash plus concatenate with hash so that we have. And what we can as well do is we can use effect hook, right? And run this inside that, and let's create a state variable. So color from a set color equal to use state. Just let's import this from React. Okay, so what we will do is set color to random color, and let's say that this doesn't run indefinitely. We'll blank this, and we'll have to override the background color of color box. So it's style background color is random, sorry, color. Yeah. Alright, so every time we refresh the page, we are seeing a new color now. So every time we refresh, yeah. So this is working fine now. Setting colors now. We need to generate 2 more hex codes, right? So let's just do const guess 1 is equal to, I'll just this here, and const guess 2 equal to this. So you'll have three colors. So one of them is the right answer, right? So let's just, now what we need to do is here, let's say what we'll do is, so we also need to have the variables that we show, right? Const button button 1 comma set button 1 equal to use state. We'll just copy this. I'll make a button 2, button 3, set button 2, set button 3. This is done. And we'll just change the text here from button 1 to button 1, button 2, and button 3, right? And what we can do is we can also create on-click handlers, but I'll do that later. So let's just see. So let's just do set button 1 equal to random color, set button 2 and set button 3 to guess 1 and guess 2. All right, and we also need to show this message, right? So what we need to do, yeah, okay, so what we can do is, so we can just do, let's hide this div and let's add a message here. So we can do like something like const message comma set message, use state, this is blank. So if, so show this message, if we'll have, so yeah, so if there's a message string there, this message will be shown automatically. When do we set this message now? Let's see. So let's just run this for now. Let's see what happens. On refreshing, we see that now every time, let's see the right color.
I told you before.
So this color is B78 and we have B78. Let's just use a text transform for the buttons. Text transform uppercase, it's caps. All right. So, but again, the problem is that the first button is always the right answer. We want to randomize that as well, right? Let's just see how will we do that. Okay. One idea that comes in my mind is I can use maths.random and do things like maths.random. Let's say I'll say if math.random is less than 0.3, I'll do set button 1 will be the right answer and set button, I'll do this. Right, else if math.random less than 0.6, then I'll do I'll set the right color in button 2 and this will have guess 1. Else we'll button 1 2 random color. All right, so I think this should be randomized now. Let's see. So the right answer is 6DD, which is in the second one. If I refresh, right answer is C33, which is in the last one. Right answer is 877, which is the last one. So we have this randomized now. That's good. All right, so what's the next step now? So we have everything working fine, but now we need to create button handlers. So let's see. So on click, we'll say, let's say handle button 1 click to be very explicit, and I'll just create a function here, function. All right, on click and button 2 click. You could just create one function and get the text as well, but I'm just doing what I find it easier right now. Handle button 3 click. Okay, you just create these two functions as well. We'll have function handle button 2 click, and then we have a function handle button 3 click as well, right? So here what we have to do is, so if we are clicking button 1, so if button 1, the value of button 1 is equal to random color, is equal to color, right? Then what we need to do is, then we can just set the message to correct. I can just make a variable for this, right? So Just define it as const correct equal to the string correct. Okay, and let's use it correct. All right, and then just return from here. Right, but if this is wrong, then we have to generate a new color. So basically, we need to re-render our component, right? All right. So, and here a common mistake is to, yeah, no, this is fine. We don't have a common mistake here. But the approach that I'm thinking, what I'll do is I'll have a counter, let's say. So const, I'll say reset, set reset equal to view state. I'll just say false right now. And what I'll do is, so in order to re-render the component, I'll just do set reset. And I'll just take the previous value prev state and I'll return not of prev state. That the value will change and the component will re-render. Similarly, I think what we need to do is just copy this, right, and we'll just change it. So button 2, button 3, and what we on when the game. So let's see. So nothing's happening. Let's just check console if there's anything wrong. Clicking on the button, but nothing's happening. All right. Okay, yeah, nothing's happening because we are not getting use effect to re-render. All right, let's see now. So let's click on this. So, yeah. So when you click on correct, when you reach the correct answer, the text correct is printed on the screen as well. But there's a slight problem with this. And let's say, so if I click on the right one, nothing's happening. But if I click on the wrong one, the colors are still changing and the text correct is still printed, which is wrong. So to handle that, what you can just do is you can just set a disabled, and we can say if disabled is, we can set disabled, right? And will disable all these buttons when we have the message as correct, right? So message, if the message is correct, just disable all this. We just disable all these buttons, right? Because we have reached the end of the game. All right, so let's just see. Let's just rerun. So this is the right color. Let's just quickly check. 34541A. Let's just refresh. So this, the correct answer is FF000. Okay, let me just, for it to be correct, let me just remove this background color, okay? And then we can see. What does it say? A prop style did not match server null client background color. Prop style does match. Styles maybe? Style only. Okay, anyway. So the correct color here in this case is 4E. And that's correct. But let's just keep clicking the first color that we have. So yeah, so that's the game. And let's just quickly refresh. Let's play it again. Oh, we got this correct. Green should be the second one. Nope, I was wrong. Okay, this is pink. Pink should be somewhere 355. No, I'm wrong. This is the second one. I got it correct. So this game can also help you to improve your understanding of hex code and how to do the map to the colors. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed creating it. And if you really like this video, then make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you followed along with this video, make sure if you have any questions, make sure to put them down in the comment section and I'll be there to take a look at them. And if you really enjoyed this video, also subscribe to the channel because that gives me a lot of motivation to continue making videos that you guys like. And I'll see you guys until the next video. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.